Welcome back. I'm Paul Hughes, this lovely Oscar dress. You know much right now because we just set up big one, category 5. So I'm hoping every year her car, all the prices would go up because of one of the shops. The owner sat beside the front window and he could see us coming in that beautiful shiny new S500. And now the cleaner ass is $75 instead of $25. Okay. What's up, Reefing fam? March here, Fragbox TV. Okay, what is going on? It is Monday. Today's Monday. I don't know what day it is when I release this video, but today happens to be Monday. So the store is empty because it is closed. We close one day a week so that we can ship, so that we can make a mess, so that we can be nice and clean the other 6 days of the week. If I haven't already said it, hello, welcome to the channel. Welcome back, or maybe welcome for the first time. Welcome to Toronto. So we need to make a mess. We have all these orders going out, and I really don't like when it looks like this, when there's boxes and tanks and nonsense. So any store, you need it one day just to get it all out and then clean up and then be open the other 6 days of the week for retail. So maybe you've thought about setting up a shop like this in wherever you live, in Kentucky, in Romania, in Istanbul, I don't know, wherever you are. Just one day a week for cleaning. Some stores like Paul over at Advanced Aquarium Consultancies. What up, Mr. Paul Hughes, this lovely cunt. I think he closes 2 days for cleaning. Just to keep it in tip-top shape. Okay, what else can I tell you besides cleaning and boxes? This is kind of cool, actually. This is a Reef Casa Laguna model that is going to Italy. Somebody decided to pull the trigger. We can ship them internationally. I just finished adding a bunch of corals to our white 15-gallon, what we call our Ghost here in the shop. And you know what? I'm really happy with it. We're trying out, hello, Mr. Fishy. I think this is a McCosker's wrasse. You know, I'm not the best when it comes to names. It could be maybe a redfin fairy wrasse. Somebody in the comments, I'm sure you're going to correct me. We're trying out a new pixel light, and I can't comment too much right now because we just set it up. It's only been a day or two. Very easy to set up. I absolutely love the spectrum because I like it white. I like it really bright. I'm moving away from that blue look. But what do you guys think about the rock? Because we are, I think, tied. Two of the guys here really like it. Two of the guys think it looks stupid. So where are we on the rock work? Did March nail it? Or am I out to lunch? I think it's pretty cool. I think as everything here starts to fill in, like the A-cans, I've gone a little bit psycho with the A-cans and the Recordia, which have become kind of rare. Actually, speaking about Recordia, I should have started with this. Florida Recordia, that's where they come from. Caribbean, Florida. Next week, I am on my way. So hopefully this hurricane doesn't affect you if you live in Tampa. We have this big hurricane about to touch down, I think, tomorrow. But next week, we're actually going to be there. This looks like it's going to be a big one, category 5. So I'm hoping everything's cleared up. I hope no one gets hurt. You guys are in my thoughts and prayers for sure. But following that hurricane, on Wednesday, October, I think it's 16th, we're going to be flying down to Miami and coming to check out a couple stops. So I have 3 stores that I want to visit while we're down there. I'm going to show up with this camera and record. They're in Miami. And then we're going to go see our friends over here, Julian Sprung, at Two Little Fishies. I really want to check out, he has a pond, a saltwater pond at home where he grows clams and bengais and all this cool stuff that I've always heard about, but I wanted to check it out. He's actually doing renovations on it, so I'm not going to be able to see it on this trip, but maybe in the future. But still, awesome brand, even more awesome guy. It's really just a legend, so it'd be cool to connect with him and see how some of the stuff is made. That's part of the why. That's not English. It's part of my favorite part of this channel is the traveling, taking the camera with me, taking you guys with me, and checking out what is going on around the world when it comes to saltwater tanks. Sometimes we visit customers' homes. Sometimes we visit manufacturers. You know, we went to Germany and saw Eheim, and sometimes we do coverage on trade shows like Aquashella and Reefapalooza and Reef Stock. Sometimes we are visiting wholesalers in Indonesia. Sometimes we're visiting stores in Japan. The camera and YouTube and you guys really just take us everywhere. But if you didn't watch and comment and like and you weren't engaged, then I wouldn't be doing it. So I just have to stop and say thank you for a quick second because I really appreciate you guys. What else is new in the shop? We finally have the iPad set up. So pricing is like this little freaking demon that I'm always battling, and I just want super clear and organized pricing. And I think we're on our final rendition, whatever you want to call it, of pricing. It involves these iPads. So I think maybe I should have something that says, oh no, it says it. Oh, somebody did that for me. Look at that. My staff is great. Scroll for prices. So you can't really navigate away from the screen, but it basically is, it'll give you a row with a photo and a price. So the reason why we set this up is for our online guys, it's really easy. You know, if we sell, okay, we're going to use this one for example, the pink carnation acan, row 87 at 40 bucks. So it's easy for us to, boom, just go to row 87 and find that acan. So it helps us really improve our order accuracy online. It also helps to have really transparent pricing, because we used to have discrepancies between what was on the site and what would be here. And I didn't like that. I know customers don't appreciate that. You never want to pay more than you have to. You know, why is it $5 less on the site? The other thing is, if I would put, you know, we used to have everything laid out like this, like 10 bucks, this entire rack right now. Actually, this is a good example of what you can get for $10 here in Canada. This would be like a $15 section. You see the price tag. That was our $20 rack. 30, 40, 60, 80, blah, blah, blah. What happens when we have a lot of a certain coral, like let's say jack-o'-lantern lepto or red montipora? This is one right now, it's on sale. I'm not gonna go and discount, you know, the single piece, and I don't have the time or energy to go and move them all from one rack to another, and now they're no longer on sale, and put them back. So what this allows us, since it's tied now into the website, is that if something is on sale, it's going to be reflected here. So you're going to get the sale price, and then hopefully, if I've done my job right, like that one right there, that is now half off, right? Oh, you can't add to our cart. You can't actually do anything. This page, it doesn't let you leave. But you see now it's 25 bucks instead of 50. It's showing the sale price, so when you're shopping and you see it, you're not going to pay 50. You're going to pay the sale price. I hope that makes sense. I think you guys will get the hang of it as you come in. We're always here to help too. You can also scan for QR codes, like if you prefer to shop off your phone and want a price of something. It also helps us and customers with the names. I forget the names. I forget species sometimes. I'll look at something and go, oh my God, what is the name of that? It's on the tip of my tongue and I'm like losing my mind. It's a pagoda cup coral, duh. But there's so many corals in the store that I forget too, and so do the staff, so do customers. So this also gives us a way to have the exact name. Any feedback at all as we implement this new system, please, 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 cannot say enough pleases. What's going on with this tank? So you guys were used to shopping over here. Look at that, it's shut down for two reasons. One, it's just good to get a good old deep clean every once in a while. Shut down the tank, grab some muriatic acid, roll up your sleeves, and get on the gloves and scrub a dub and get all the pumps out and just give it a proper, like, deep cleaning. This is something that is, I think, really important for just keeping it looking good, pest management, and just keeping the store alive and well. So we do this usually once or twice a year on each tank. It just happened to be this tank's turn. You know, things like this, like the pumps, they just get so caked with coralline algae, just completely smothered. And shutting it down is really the best way to do it. So what we're going to be doing though is turning this into our SPS tank. SPS sales for us are really a lot lower than they were, let's say, 5 to 7 years ago. We used to bring in colonies and sell them all the time. It's just not where the hobby's at. People, at least here, they're not looking for big wild colonies of Indonesian or Australian acropora anymore. People are after very colorful little frags. So as a response to the changing market demands of corals, we're going to turn this into sort of our incoming / grow system. I just need a place to showcase really nice large pieces of soft coral that we sell in the store, like this is our teal titan, and some hard corals like some of the bird's nests, the bally slimers, gorgonians, that's not a hard coral, but birds of paradise. This one, it's not really a green goddess, but it's quite nice. And a couple other classics that just do really well for us. Montipora confusa, Montipora stellata, and the green goblin and acropora. Why do I want larger colonies? Because I think sometimes for customers it's hard to envision what a little itty bitty frag is going to look like. So maybe a piece over there catches your eye. I'm like, oh, come with me. Let me show you what that's going to look like when it's, you know, grown out after a year, what you can expect. It often helps the customer visualize it, and it helps us make the sale because they see it and they love it and they like it and then they buy it. So this sort of section here, what I've done is I'm trying to hide sort of the overflow and allow these pieces to grow out. These acro are going to move over there because I get wicked color in this tank. Whenever I put SPS here, I just get awesome color. I can really kick up the flow. It's going to be absolutely intense with crazy lighting, and that is going to be our little smaller selection of acro. And here I hope to bring this as a sort of an incoming system. When we get new stuff in, I can just unload a shipment into this tank and let it chill, because what happens is we bring stuff in and it typically ends up going in this tank with all our numbering, but it takes us time to do photos and WYSIWYG. So in the interim, customers get a little frustrated because they'll say, oh, how much is number 25? I want this really nice specimen of Holy Grail torch. Or how much is 56? This really goldeny, long, tentacly Indonesian gold torch. Well, March isn't here, or March is in Indonesia, or we just got the shipment in. So it'll give me a chance to really let stuff kind of settle, and then once it makes its way here, it's ready to be sold, ready for pricing. So I have you guys in mind when I'm making changes like this. Like, I'm always trying to think about setting up the shop as if I am still shopping here, if I am the consumer. How would I want it to look if I was on the other end, if I was in your guys' shoes? Because at one point in time, I was not always a store owner like I am now. I have been for nearly 14 years, but 5 or 6 years prior to that, I wasn't. I was a 15-year-old in love with the hobby that you'd go into shops and get very frustrated with pricing. Very frustrated because the prices would change, at least here in this city, and a lot of places didn't have anything listed for prices, and it would vary based on the clothes you wore and the car you drove, and it would really upset me because I was a broke kid anyways. But sometimes my mom would bring me, and she drove a nice Mercedes-Benz S500 at the time, and when we would come with her car, all the prices would go up because of one of the shops. The owner sat beside the front window and he could see us coming in that beautiful shiny new S500, and now the cleaner ass is $75 instead of $25. Okay. I'm usually pretty calm. I let that one get the best of me. What else can I tell you? What else is new in the shop? I'm clearing out some old stuff. We're not really going to have any of the fauna here in the store anymore. Nothing wrong with it. It's still got lots of life on it in terms of expiry, but you can save some money. Come and pick it up. If you guys use this stuff, it's not bad. It's just, again, small store, so really have to be extra picky with what I'm going to put on the shelves. If it's on the shelves, it's because we love it, we use it, we recommend it. I'm not going to sell it. Otherwise, this is a product that we didn't use at all. No one in the store really used it at home. We didn't use it in the shop. I'm not saying anything bad about the product. It's made in Germany, which has to count for something, but it's just it was just a little stagnant for us. So we're gonna make room for something new and exciting. And we have to be extra picky. People say, March, why don't you just move to a bigger store? And I say, why don't you try moving one of these things once? It's not fun. Try moving a 50-gallon. Try moving a 100-gallon. You maybe got a new apartment or new house, and you're going to try and move this aquarium. It is a nightmare. Now multiply that by 10, and then attach your livelihood, your source of income, to the moving of these things. It's really not fun. I did it once, and I vowed never to do it again. So, yeah, it's not going to happen. I would rather just suffer with our small store. Not even suffer. No, I would rather make do with a smaller store like this and have to be picky and have to, choose what are we going to put on the shelves, what are we going to sell, guys, because we can't carry everything. And I learned sort of with time that you don't really need everything. You need, what I think, at least from my experience in retail, is two. You need good and you need best. And between those two, customers will usually make up their mind. Sometimes they don't know what to buy. We used to have so many different ATOs. We still have, I think, 5 different ones that we offer. But really, you need good, and then you need best. So, $150 or $300. I'm talking in Canadian dollars. The same goes for lights. The same goes for skimmers. You don't really need 12 different brands because you end up creating sort of a buyer paralysis. If there's too many options, they get overwhelmed. I find they don't know which one to go with. A lot of times they come in having absolutely no idea. They just know, okay, I want an auto top off. I've done a little bit of research. March, take my hand. Come with me. I'll show you. Come over here to the Germans and I'll show you how they do it. So yeah, really just good, and then best. Kavina's coming back shortly, and she's going to take home all her corals that we're babysitting here in our Reefer 250. And this tank is going to finally come down for a couple of reasons. One, we don't sell a lot of red seas anymore. We used to sell a ton of them. I don't know if it's just like sales quieter globally with what's going on. Actually, I think that's part of it, because I have a friend who owns 5 pet stores here in Toronto. None of them have to do with fish. It's all cat and dog stuff. And they're all slow. People in retail in general, people are just not spending. So it takes up a lot of space in the store. And we're not selling a ton of reefers. And a lot of people that come in looking for a reefer, they've already made up their mind. Having this tank here, I have found, doesn't really make the sale. Like, we probably sell 2 to 3 a month when times are good. Now summertime a little bit slower, maybe 1. But having the tank here, I've had people come in looking for a Red Sea reefer. Okay, envision, put myself in the customer's shoes. Okay, my name's Jim or whatever. I walk in and, hey, March, looking for a Red Sea reefer, and then beeline straight to me, straight to the cash, pay, and not even look at the floor model that we have set up here in the store. A lot of the sales for reefers come from online. So having it here, I found, really just adds very, very little value. I've had people come in, look at it, and then go and buy it somewhere else, buy it used. So they kind of use our place as sort of a demo showroom to just kind of see it. Anyways, I've talked myself into it. Now I'm just trying to convince you guys to come along with it. The other thing is, they don't always hold water. Just gonna say it. Red Sea reefer, $250. This thing is 7 years old and hasn't sprung a leak. I'm playing with fire here. There was quite a few of them that went down in Toronto. I've done quite a few receipts for them. I still love the tanks. The ones that I've seen that, something happens, it is usually, I'm just going to say, it's usually used ones. So, why does that happen? I think that they're not designed to dry out. I think the expansion and contraction of being full and then drying and maybe sitting for 6 months or a year and then you fill them back up, I don't think that's good on the joints here. That's just my theory. 99% of them hold water. But Reefer 250, this is a Gen 1. So they did have some issues with this one and the 750. What am I going to do with the tank? People are, oh my god, I want to buy March's used Red Sea Reefer. The thing's got a hole in the sump that I've drilled. You can't even see it because it plumbs into a larger sump in the basement. So the sump is basically useless. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Maybe someone with locally that has reptiles wants to use it. I don't know. What else could we do with it? If you want to take a major, is it a risk? I don't know. I don't feel right selling it. I would maybe just give it away next to nothing. But it's going to come out, and I have in the basement new glass that's going to go, new glass to build new tanks on this wall. So we're going to expand a little bit of our fish selection, but more of our macroalgae selection. I'm going to get going on that when I get back from Florida. So if there's any clownfish in here, really any fish, I need this entire thing empty. If you come in and there's a fish you like, make me an offer on any of these fish that are in here. I will not say no to you. Another cool thing we just got in, this is actually for Ripley's. If you guys don't know what Ripley's is, they own like the largest aquarium here in Toronto. I'm embarrassed how dirty my glass is. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm showing you this. Hold on, maybe I can clean it. There's some blue pipefish. You see them? Oh, there's one. There should be 3 in here. But I got these in actually specifically for Ripley's. So that's kind of cool. You'll see our fish, Fragbox fish at Ripley's. Okay, I think that's about it. I think I updated you guys enough. I'm really, really looking forward to Florida. I forgot to even mention that we're going to go see the Keys and check out our new store there called the Underwater Gardener. It's one of the only people that actually has a legal license to collect corals out of the water. So that's going to be cool. We're going to hopefully get some diving done when we're there, take you guys underwater, see what's up with the reefs. How come we can't get Florida recordias right now with the bleaching event that happened? The water's got super, super hot. So that should be really fun and also very interesting and informative. I think that's it. Well, I hope you guys had fun, and I hope to see you guys back here on the next episode of Fragbox TV. Thanks for tuning in to this vlog update. Bye for now.